It's week 2 of the National Football League. And this defense features Shaq Thompson. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Panthers and the Saints on Monday Night Prime Time.
BA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Tonight, it's the first of 2 here on this Monday night, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. The first of 2 on this Monday night, the Saints and Panthers underway from Charlotte. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Here we go.
First play, and Young is going to throw it. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The numbers for Thielen in that game last week, unfortunately, his effort not enough to help put him over the hump in that defeat.
And let's face it, this is a guy who absolutely hates to lose. When we talked with him, he wasn't talking about the plays he made, was he?
No.
He talked about the plays he didn't make. It's absolutely the mark of a true pro.
That throw by Young incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. And you look at the Saints defense. They've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with him on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held him to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. They run with a 3rd-year man, Chuba Hubbard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Lets it fly for Thielen. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
A run for Kamara on first down, but the running room closes up quickly as he's only able to get a yard there. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. Now a man picked up after 2 years in Detroit. It's Jamal Williams. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Saints had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
Carr now on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Derek Brown showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Now Carr throwing on second down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback, maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Down the left sideline, and all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal. Williams is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side and then take it down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient, excellent job blocking, finds the gap and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they are looking at a second down and 6 coming up.
Ready?
Young to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And Young's throw there incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Carolina punt team out there led by Johnny Hecker. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing his car on third down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands.
And this is caught at the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Now Carr again. He's got Thomas yet again complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Young off the play fake. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. A play fake. Now Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And take it right at the 35. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department. And he showcases it there all the way back for 6. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Young on third down. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
694.
He'll drop to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
93. There we go.
Now Carr. Olave holds it in. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Now. Hey, Raider 2. 637.
Carr gonna throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Carr to throw again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. It's Young on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
On the set.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Commit red. Opposite. Green. Yellow. Line.
Young. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. He gets it left side to Johnson. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First down, New Orleans.
White. What's it on?
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
What's up?
Now Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Brown, his 2nd sack of the night. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are able to add on to that lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that way up to 27.
Panthers nothing. Will Lutz to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come. And got his man complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Check White.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. Nifty. And it's a fumble.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Ready.
A give running right. It's Hubbard. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further.
Why are we doing this? Check pink. Black swap. Smith red. Set hunt.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw, Young. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. DJ Chark. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now down to 20.
Saints 27, Panthers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Carr now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 43 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. That throw by Young incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Johnny Hekker now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
What down? 4 yards. And the Saints, 1st down.
What's up?
Again, it's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They try the left side here with Williams. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Thomas brings it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. A 10th carry for Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Carr. Flushed out right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a
This is intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really... That's why they're down so big.
85 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Dancing to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Carr going to throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Young will set to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson and Debo.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the